First story. Karen has evidence we damaged her car. Hey everyone, I have a funny entitled neighbor story that I've been waiting to post and I think you all will like it. For background, my family moved to a quiet suburban town years ago to get away from the busy city we used to live in. Everyone in our neighborhood is either extroverted and loves socializing or quiet and keep to themselves. My family fits the keeps to themselves category. We don't talk to our neighbors except for the few times a year that we would say hi to each other. Now for the story. My parents have a next door neighbor that has been there longer than my family has, and they never used to have problems until one day the lady of the house, let's call her Karen, just started having issues. Now we don't know what caused the switch from calm to Karen, but we think it was due to my brother having his friends park outside of our houses and them accidentally blocking her mailbox at night one time. Just a theory, but that's all we have. Karen, since the day she snapped, has caused nothing but arguments between her and my family countless times. Calling the cops on us, for example, like blocking her mailbox on Sundays. The cars wouldn't be close to her mailbox at all, and did I mention that it was Sundays? Like we have told her that mail does not come on Sundays, and that even if it did, we weren't blocking it to the point that the mailman couldn't give her the mail. When the cops would show up, they would tell her to leave us alone, that the cars were in fact not blocking her mailbox, and to stop calling about stuff that can be handled neighborly. The cops even warned her that if she called about an issue like the one she called in the past, that they will give her a ticket. So since she couldn't call the cops on us anymore, her next move was to park her son's car, who at the time was freeloading off of them, all the time in that specific spot so we couldn't. Not a big deal, just a bit annoying that she couldn't be civil. So for this story, let me tell you who was all there. It was my brother, bro, my mom, my best friend, who I will call Shane, Karen, and myself. So the day in question was during the summer. My brother, Shane, and myself were outside playing catch with a baseball in the street in front of our houses. Now knowing that Karen could go off at any moment, we made sure to space ourselves away from the houses and her car that was parked on the street. As we were throwing the ball back and forth, my friend threw it a little short and it ended up hitting the ground and rolling towards Karen's car. Now the ball wasn't rolling fast, and when it got to her car, it hit the rubber of her back driver's side tire. I then told Shane and my brother that we should probably take this game of catch to the park, so that we don't accidentally hit her car and cause damages. So that's what we did, and we were there for at least an hour. As we were heading back, we saw Karen standing in front of her house looking back and forth frantically. We thought nothing of it and just moved on. She then stopped us and started yelling, "You boys are in big trouble." Bro tells her, "What are you talking about?" "Don't you what are you talking about to me? You know what you've done." I ask her, "No, what did we do?" Karen gives off a big huff and says, "You damaged my car with that baseball you have." "What are you talking about? We didn't do anything." "Yes, you did. I have it all on video of you hitting my car with that ball." "You mean when the ball rolled and hit your tire?" "No." Karen then went next to her car and pointed at it that was on the passenger side of the door. Again, the ball rolled and hit her tire on the driver's side. I tell her, "That was definitely not caused by us." "Yes, it was, and I have it all on video. The cops will love this." "Okay, let us see the video you have." "No, you will delete it from my phone." You know what? I'm done hearing this. Shane, go get our mom out. Shane runs into my house as Karen keeps saying that the cops will force us to pay a big fine. She has this nasty grin on her face. My brother and I are just standing there annoyed cause we know she doesn't have any video. My mom rushes out like a bat out of hell and starts digging into Karen. She asks her, What do you want now, Karen?
I have video of your kids damaging my car, and I want you to pay for it.
Boys, what happened? So I tell my mom what happened. How the ball rolled into her tire. How we went to the park so we wouldn't cause any damages to her car. And how Karen says we caused this dent on her car. And how she won't even show us a video that she apparently has. Mom tells her, okay Karen, if my sons and their friend did cause this, then let me see the video. I'll let you hold the phone the whole time while I have my hands behind my back, so you won't feel like I'm going to take your phone.
No, your sons will delete it, I know.
Then we tell her no we won't. So, show us.
Never. Just pay for the fixes now and I won't get the police involved.
My mom is fuming now, and she starts to angry laugh, which creeps out Karen and not gonna lie the rest of us as well. My mom then stops and goes ballistic on her. You won't show us that video? She does the air quotes gesture, condemning my kids and their friend because you don't have one. Now you are trying to blackmail us into fixing your problem. Well, witch, you obviously don't know who you are messing with.
Who are you calling a witch? You obviously can't look in the mirror and see how horrible you are, and how your kids are delinquents.
Oh really? You're going to judge me on how I raised my kids? Like my son here pointing at my brother, he's going into the military to serve our country. And my other son pointing at me is a straight-A student and going to be a scholar. My friend Shane at the time quietly said, and Shane here who is just a nice guy. My mom then continues, now let's look at your son who has no job, who freeloads off of you and your husband, and also beats his wife. Yeah, those look like traits that show he was raised by a good mother. Karen looking shocked.
Who told you that?
The whole neighborhood knows, Karen. It ain't no secret. Now either you are going to call the cops on my kids and show them this video, or I will call them and file a claim for harassment.
You won't. You have nothing on me.
Well, try me. Karen then runs back into her house and my mom guided us back into our house. Now my mom wasn't kidding, she did call the cops. We waited for them to show up and we all gave a statement. The cop then goes over to Karen's house and what we can see is her yelling at the cop who we think was demanding to see the video. And after a minute of shouting, the cop then writes her a ticket and he leaves. What an idiot of a woman. Next story. Not your free babysitter. Thanks for asking though. So I have a distant friend. She's a friend of a friend of a friend type of deal. She has 3 kids and I have 3 cats. Huh. Her kids are enrolled in a camp very close to my house. Pickup for the camp is at 4 p.m. and the line for pickup for the kids is 3 p.m. Yeah, it can take a really long time to pick up kids at the camp. A big old line of cars form up every day to get the kiddies. It is a bit chaotic. Now here is the story. This friend of a friend has been using her lunch breaks to fetch the kids from camp. Sometimes the traffic is so bad, she is late getting back to work. I'm not sure if she takes the kids with her to work or drops them off somewhere, but the situation at work is getting dicey. Her boss is sick of her coming back late. And now I live very close to this camp. My house is on the pick up your kid parade route these parents are on. But there are some angry humans waiting to get into that school for those kids. Mark my words. Friend of a friend has come up with this brilliant idea. In her eyes anyway. She has asked me to go get the kids for her. All 3 of them. She would like me to take them back to my house, give them a snack or something and wait for her to pick them up. She thinks it will be much easier to fetch them from my house than the camp, since she has to drive into the camp and I can merely walk. I said no. I'm not a babysitter. I'm not a nanny. I'm an artist. I have a job. I work from home, but I have a job. I'm not watching 3 kids under the age of 10 for unknown hours and have to provide snacks for them as well. She said that she would pay me 20 bucks to fetch the kids. I said no. I already have 20 bucks, so I'm good, thank you. She does not find this funny, but I sure did. She tells me she is a single mother trying to do her best. It takes a village. I'm so close to the camp, why can't I just do this favor for her? I say because it's not a favor, it's a job. I already have a job. I work from home and I'm an artist. Also, I don't know your kids. I barely know you. I'm not watching 3 stranger kids for anyone. This is just how that cookie crumbles. Well, she is unhappy. Very, very unhappy. Her next plan is set into motion. Send in the mommy group. She gets my friend and a few other friends to email and call me. Nothing like a good mommy wagon train to circle around with. Except that doesn't work either. You see, I'm not in high school. So the whole peer pressure thing no more applies to my life. I don't care if they like me or not. Also, I'm not a human mommy. I'm a fur baby mommy. Other fur baby mommies do not care about such things. We are a super laid-back group in general. We have a pick up your kid's poop and I will pick up my kid's poop policy. Mommy group made some big points with me. 1. How easy it will be for me to get the kids from the camp. 2. I could do arts and crafts with the kids until mom came and got them. 3. I would not be lonely during the day because I would have kids to play with. And 4. It would be a nice thing to do for a single mom who is struggling with the situation right now. All really interesting points that have absolutely no impact on me. Arts and crafts with the kiddies? Are you for real? I don't do arts and crafts. I sell art for a living. I'm not a freaking Michaels. The kids cannot help. I don't want them to. In my studio, some days are full of wreck. I don't even let the cats in there on those days. Plus, single mommy with 3 kids is driving a new BMW. Perhaps she should have gotten a more economic car and a professional nanny. I reminded them all that if it was so easy to do this one thing, then they too can get the kids from the camp. Hell, park in my dang driveway if you need to be, ladies. Then they can walk in and grab the kids, take them home and do arts and crafts. Plus, friend of a friend will pay them 20 bucks for their entire trouble. Not sure if that's for the week or per day, but who cares? It's like printing money at that point. All they have to do is provide the snacks and wait for her to claim the kids. Also, true funny reply, but still not getting a laugh from the mommy group. In fact, I only got stunned silence and I think cricket sounds. I'm just not hitting my target audience with this humor. Well, it took a while for a friend of a friend to see that I am not willing to provide childcare for free, for 20 bucks, or for the sake of the village. I also pointed out that my idea of juice boxes is a fancier refreshing white carton, and my idea of a snack is waiting until dinner. All points she finds to be unhelpful and not practical. Sadly, friend of a friend mommy is still racing to get her kids from the camp. Turns out the mommy group folks are just too busy to fetch the kiddies for her too. Bummer, I know. I thought it would be so easy for them, since they had made such good points about picking them up. Life moves on, camp is still swinging, and the parade of cars grows longer and slower every day. Then today this happened. I'm inside my house, sitting on my couch, binging the good, the bad, and the ugly of street food vendors on YouTube. I hurt my back, so I'm leaning on a heating pad. You can see me from my living room window if you are on the parade of cars picking up their kids from the camp. My feet up on the coffee table, my cats are on porch, and my juice box Franzia is to the right of me. Just then, I get an angry text to my phone. I thought you said you were working. Too busy to get the kids. Looks like you're just sitting there doing nothing but watch TV. What the hell is the matter with you? Why can't you be a better friend? Oh my god, it's friend of a friend, Nito. To which I answer, I'm working. I'm on my iPad drawing. I'm an artist, I can do that. Gee, ain't my work grand? I'm too busy to get your kids. It looks like I'm watching TV because I'm watching TV. YouTube. Dancing Bacons, Street Fair in Malaysia. Cool. I highly recommend it if you ever get second to yourself. I hurt my back, so that's what the hell is wrong with me. Thanks for asking though. And I can't be a better friend because I don't want to pick up your kids. I feel like if we got closer and communicated more, I will be obligated to fetch your babies. You do see how my way is more convenient for me.
Those blasted dancing ... things on the text chat.
Are you sitting in the car outside my house right now? She slightly pauses and then says,
Yes.
I turn around slowly, big old wine glass in my hand, I smile, I wink, I lift the glass and texted, cheers. She was not amused. Still no laughs. I think I'm losing my touch. Ah, entitled people.